Okay, hi, welcome to my channel Brush It Up. Today we have a video in respect to my favorite romance books, like all time favorite. And these are the books that I've read years ago and I've reread them, and the stories, in spite of it being almost like a decade, are still fresh in mind. So these are my go-to romance whenever I'm feeling down in a dumps, or I'm not finding any good book. I just go back and read my favorite chapters, my favorite bits of these stories. So this is my all-time favorite romance books edition. And of course these recommendation might be some recommendation that I've given in my past videos as well, but these are not trendy books. Okay, these books are very niche, and these are not trendy, and they are truly engaging because I didn't go by any trends. I just actually picked them up at a bookstore or at a bookstall, and I like them. So these no propaganda when it comes to these books. So yeah, let's just get into it. My first recommendation is something which is very old, and it has a movie being made on it, but please don't see the movie or don't judge this book by that movie. Go read it for yourselves. It is classic Nicholas Sparks. When I was like, I don't want to say young. I mean, come on, I'm still young. But when I was a kid or like young adult or in what do you call adolescence? Yeah. So that is when Nicholas Sparks books were very famous. Like during when I was a teenager, Nicholas Sparks, Daniel Steele, Nora Roberts, these were like hard hitting authors, and these authors don't just write trendy topics, they write the book. And there is a proper hero, there's a proper stage set, and the stage is not repetitive. These are truly engaging books. So my first this thing would be it's Last Song by Nicholas Sparks. And a very famous movie of Nicholas Sparks is also uh, I, I'm forgetting the name. It will come down here somewhere. Yeah, that's the famous movie made from Nicholas Sparks books. But the one that I'm talking about right now is Last Song. Last Song by Nicholas Sparks is my favorite book. Yeah, you should definitely read it. I If it is coming other way around, I'll put it in edit. So Last Song by Nicholas Sparks is my favorite book. It is basically the main character, female character, is spending a summer at her father's place, and she has never spent time with her father. And so she stays with her mother and father are separated. She's going to spend a summer, and she's kind of like a rebel. So the rebellious spirit, and she's spending a summer here, and turns out to be a summer to remember. And so it is a very interesting book, and the characters, and she's spending her summer in this beach town, and there is a lot happening in this story, and it keeps you engaging. The main characters, how they meet, how they treat each other, how they spend time together, all of it is very interesting. And this is an all time like evergreen romances, and you will definitely like it. So if you like books where the main character is moving to a new town, or where there's a break, or like a summer break, summertime romances, or like a tropical vacation romances, or like a tropical place romance, then this is the book for you. And this is a young adult this thing, so it is very interesting. It's fun, it's light-hearted, and it does deal with some serious topics, but it is quite interesting. So I will recommend you to go and read this book, or any book by Nicholas Sparks. Actually, is quite interesting. Last Song is one of my favorite, or rather the first Nicholas Sparks books I read, and then I went on to read many. But yeah, this is a go-to romance. Miley Cyrus and Chris Hemsworth's brother, Liam Hemsworth, they both made a movie on this book, which is very disappointing, to be honest, uh, as compared to the novel. So the novel is so much better, and that's the standard, I think, everywhere. That the novel is always so much better than the movie. So the movie on its own is good, not bad. But when you compare it, like if somebody has read the book and then goes on to see the movie, then the movie is very disappointing. On its own, it's good, not bad. But yeah, so please read the book instead of going and seeing the this thing movie. Don't go see the movie, read the books. If there are movies out there where they were made from a book, chances are the book is almost is way better than the movie, or the movie is almost matches the standard of the book, because the movie cannot ever be better than the books. Take me on this. They either match, or the book is always better, coming from a book reader's point of view. If you're a movie watcher and you have never read books, then your point of view might be different. Then this book is there on Amazon, is not rated very nicely, but I love this book. It's Seven Winters by Alicia Misi. It's very difficult to find a copy of this book, but this book kicks ass. I mean, it's a fantasy genre, superpower, supernatural. This thing again, coming of age, young adult, but the character. This was the time when the character was like, there weren't much strong female characters, and she is through and through a very strong female character. She is discovering her superpower. So you like such novels where the main character has a superpower, she discovers it, and then many books came which was similar in setting, but this is, and also there are side characters which are as strong. And the setting where the book is set is, it takes time to build the world. You believe all these books, the world building is so believable, the side characters are so believable, and apart from the main plot that is happening, the side plots are also very interesting. So you're not just reading it for the main characters, you're reading it for the cumulative story. Okay, so when it comes to Seven Winters, is the whole story where it sets, and it is very similar to Vampire Diaries. Like if you like some books, like shows which are similar to Vampire Diaries, or books which are similar to the setting of Vampire Diaries, then you will like this. Again, this was read a very long time ago, and I haven't read anything other by this author. But this book's on its own, I'll give it a thumbs up, and you should read it. This is an all-time interesting book. Then again, an all-time classics, and I think people from this time and age are still reading this author. It's Blue Smoke by Nora Roberts. Now I don't like mystery or thriller, but the way Nora Roberts does it kept me engaging. So it starts when the main character is very young, but the story, the side characters are so interesting, and the entire world building is so believable and interesting, that it kept me hooked. And I loved the character arc. I loved a good character arc, when the character, like, it just justifies it. It makes sense that this is how the character, and there is nothing supernatural. It's pure thriller. And not only thriller, it just is the story itself is so good. If you take out the thriller element as well, it's still, you know what I like. If you take out the triggers, like if you take out the erotica bit of it, if it is an erotica, if it is a smut, if you take out the erotica, if it is a mystery, if you take out the mystery, then if you take out those triggering emotions, and if you see the book apart from the trigger, is the book still good enough? Yes, the book is still good enough. All these books are such books. If you take out the triggering element, if you take out the cliffhangers bit of it, the book is still good enough. When it comes to this book, it is such a book. The story is set in, I think, New York, if I'm not wrong, and the it goes from when she is like very young, hits puberty. So we follow the main character throughout her life, and it is very interesting. Uh, and again, female oriented. I don't think I have many male audiences watching. If male audiences are watching out there, I will come up with a range of books that will interest both the sexes or just the male sex as well. But right now, it's very my girls. It's all my books are for my girls out there. So sorry, but yeah, you should definitely read Blue Smoke if you are someone who prefers thrillers. And yeah, very interesting, strong female characters, thriller, and the mystery begins like you don't even see it coming, and it begins. So it's very interesting. And I'm not a thriller fan, so it really has to be good for me to be hooked to it. Then a very very light-hearted, easy breezy novel, and I just keep going back and reading it. It happened one summer. Plot is something not out of the ordinary, but the way it's done. See, that's the thing. The way you do it is very interesting. She is a rich girl, he is a small town guy, and they come together, they fall in love, but it's very comedic. I love the setting. If you like small town romances, if you like sunshine, what is it called? The one character is quite serious and the other character is quite bubbly. That kind of this thing, it's very interesting. Very, very nicely done. Tessa Bailey. It happened one summer by Tessa Bailey. Very interesting. Earlier one, if I didn't say the book's name, it's Nora Roberts, Blue Smoke, and the one. So let's redo it. First one was Last Song by Nicholas Sparks. Second one was Seven Winters by Alicia Macy. Then third one was Blue Smoke by Nora Roberts. Fourth one was It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. And then we are moving on to our fifth book of the day is Just Friends by Sumrit Shahi. This is for my people, Indian audiences, and who has given board exams, who have given all those competitive exams, and who have uh, mainly for Indian audiences. And we read books which are so like westernized, are set in a western world, and I like them. I like any kind of setting, if the story is good. But we generally read so much which is set in a different world altogether, in a different country altogether. But this book is completely set in an Indian environment, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is like a very teenage romance. Both the books are teenage romance oriented. I like the second story more. So there are two stories in this. I like, and they're kind of interconnected. I like the second story more than the first story. I think, if I'm not. Yeah, so it's a very setting of the book is in their teenage years, and if you like those kind of books, and it takes you back, to all those times when we were prepping for any kind of competitive exams, which we all have done at some point of our lives, if you live in India. And yeah, and those years, the kind of the world was filled with so much hope back then. And if you are in your teenage years, your world should be filled with a lot of hopes, and as if you can do anything and everything that you want. And yeah, good old days, man. So if you like getting nostalgic, if you are in your teenage years, if you like relatable books, if you like coming of age books, then this is the one. No supernatural stuff, no fantasy stuff, pure old romantic comedy genre. And yeah, very very interesting. So it's all time hitting kind of romance. And then uh, things we never got over. Very interesting. I keep like to go and read this book. It's Grumpy Sunshine, and in recent years, a book being this fat, and I've read it, is not very common. And so Lucy Score has really done a very kick-ass job when it comes to this. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. And there are many more books from this world. Like, there are many other characters, but no book is as good as this book, Things We Never Get Over by Lucy Score. I have recommended this book uh, in many other, what do you call, I have recommended this book in many other book talk videos of mine. So it's a classic book which I keep rereading. So this video is about those all-time romances which you can always read when you are not feeling that good, and you can buy these books and keep it with you, because you will love to read them again and again. So this video is about such kind of books. So yeah, so this is also very like feel good books. These are all feel good books. It's not, and none of these books are which will triggers, or very very soothing nice books. So this is one of them, and makes increases your percentage of hope in life, and very very cute book, Grumpy Sunshine. She moves to a small town because of some crisis. She has a twin, though the twin is never in the picture. But yeah, the whole setting of this honky tonk, it's very very cute, believable, at the same time. It's really soothing book. And because many books out there claim to be soothing, claim to be a vacation read, but they are not, bro. They are not. So yeah, these books will not disappoint, take it from me, because these are not trendy. These are like all time there. And this is a Mills and Boone book. And if you know what Mills and Boone was, I don't know what Mills and Boone was, but Mills and Boone, I don't know if it was an author or like a publishing house, but this is a Mills and Boone book by Jessica Hart, Convenient Engagement by Jessica Hart, an amazingly done book. My favorite story. So this has, these are three roommates, three girl roommates, and this book is on each of their love stories, but it is in sections. Okay, the first story is for about Phoebe. The second one is for another this thing character that's there. They are all living together, and it's about all their how all their love stories pan out. But my favorite one is the first one. Always remember, if there are stories where for the first book comes out, and then the second there are second book comes out from the same world, the first book, no book will match the first book's this thing. It's always like that. The first book is so amazing, and then the other books that come from that particular world are not as hitting as the first book. That's always the case, but nevertheless they are worth reading. So in the same case, the first story about Phoebe is my favorite story, and the book is worth buying and reading. Convenient Engagement by Jessica Hart. This book is It's like I keep reading this book. Like the world building is amazing. The side characters, her life, her, it's like very rom-comish and very believable. Strong female characters, strong male characters. All in all, like it justifies, it just, it's not unbelievable, it's very regular and still believable. Nothing, like there are no triggers, okay, there is no trigger of thriller, there is no trigger of supernatural stuff going on. So it's about mundane regular things, and for that to be interesting, the story really has to be written in a good way. So yeah, engagement is one of those books, like you will just keep going back and reading is this book. Actually, out of all the books that I've read and that have stayed with me and I keep playing them back in my head again and again, this book is truly one of those books which I've gone back and read. It's like, it's not just an escape, it's just, I don't know what this is. It's like very, like good old days kind of thing, you know? Yeah, it just, I wish, yeah, you should please go and read. It's nothing like out of the ordinary. I don't know which genre. It is a romantic comedy. Okay, okay. I'll read what's behind. Fiances. Okay, this is contract dating. No, this is, the whole genre that came in, where fake dating genre came in. So this is the beginning of the fake dating, this thing, genre, you know. This book kind of was the mother of all fake dating genres. So yeah, I will really recommend you to read this. Thanks for watching. Let me, these are kind of, I've recommended these books in other videos as well. So my bad if you find it annoying, but these are my all-time favorite romance books. And the stories, it's not just the romance bit, but these are all light-hearted. These are all, the story is well done, the plot is well done, and there is no triggers. Like, there is content out there which is hitting your triggers, and that's the reason that you're hooked to it. And it's not done in a good way. It's just kind of hitting those triggers, like activating your limbic brain, and then, not to get into the science of it, but yeah, it is giving you, and then you sometimes feel exhausted after reading those, but this will not trigger you, but this will calm you. Okay, and I always try to pursue such contents which is calming, which is good for me, which is relaxing for me, rather than triggering. Okay, so, and I also want to make content which is calming, which is not triggering. That is what I consume. And though now, now a lot of content out there is triggering, so I want to make content and consume content which is calming and relaxing. So all these books are calming and relaxing, and very, very, very interesting. The plot is really nice. All are feel good genres. So yeah, I hope you like the video, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye. See you in the next video.